Hoggie's beer reviews. Hoggie's beer reviews. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one of Hoggie's beer reviews, and I can almost call this one a special review because this is completely unplanned. This is kind of spur of the moment. I literally picked up this beer about 35 minutes ago. And it's funny because I actually have about 3, 4, 5, 6, I have at least 6 beers I already have pending review, but I picked this up and I said, I'm doing it today because this is just one of those new things on the market from an established brewery. It's got a name that kind of harkens their other beers. Dogfish Head 61 is the beer in question. 61, the continually hopped India Pale Ale brewed with Syrah, grape must. I don't even know what the hell grape must is, but this is Dogfish Head 61. Of course, Dogfish Head Brewery in Delaware, known for their Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA and their 90-minute IPA and their 120-minute IPA, and this is because they continually hop the beer for a whole 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or 120 minutes, making for very hoppy beers. And this is 61. The continually hopped India Pale Ale brewed with Syrah grape must. Okay, I don't know what that is. I had heard about it, and I passed out. I was down in Miami. I was at Mom's house, and I passed by this little liquor store that has a good craft beer selection on my way home, and I saw this. I had no intention of picking it up, but I saw it, and I had to. I really had to. Show you guys the bottle. Of course, you know Dogfish Head. Their labels are all kind of simple and follow the same pattern. Doesn't say anything here. You know, Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, Milton, Delaware. Nothing here. So I don't really know what to make of this. I really didn't know much about it beforehand, so I just punched it up on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer just to give you guys an idea, a general idea of what people say about this beer. Out of 488 ratings on Beer Advocate, it scores an 81. The bros give it a 90. It's categorized as an American IPA, 6.5% alcohol by volume, and it's supposedly a rotating brew, so they say. Over on Rate Beer, out of 150 ratings, it scores a 69. Once again, categorized by them as an IPA, American IPA, 6.5% alcohol by volume, so that's what we know. It's a grape IPA. Grape IPA. Okay, never had a grape IPA before. I don't think I've ever had a flavored IPA. Except at the Schnebley, the what do you call the wine place? The vineyard. The only vineyard we have in South Florida. Grapes don't grow in South Florida. Schnebley makes all their wines from tropical fruit, avocado and passion fruit and kiwi and all that stuff. And they have like about 4 beers, and one of them was, it was either coconut or pineapple. I think it was a pineapple IPA. Long way to get to that, but I didn't like it much, but they served it way too cold. So this may be the second IPA I have with some kind of fruit to it. Okay, so I, big lighter, gotta pop this off here. See what the hell is up with the Dogfish Head 61 IPA with grape must? Okay. I mean, I'm open-minded about these things. IPA goblet, got to do this with every single IPA I drink on camera. Ooh, and this beer has kind of a purplish, reddish tinge. You don't notice it so much in the glass, but definitely on the pour, in the stream, it does kind of have that reddish, pinky, grapey, purpley kind of color to it. This is going to be a first. And perhaps it is redder. Kind of like a redder, richer, kind of amber color than most IPAs. The sun's setting, my light's not the best. Hopefully you guys can kind of get an idea of what maybe that looks like. Maybe not. And I definitely do smell some kind of fruit. Matter of fact, I think I smell more of that than anything else. Pine, but it's subdued. There is kind of a fruit smell. It could go, it's not grape, it could go a lot of different ways, but it is a fruit smell and kind of a musty one. Damp and subdued, but definitely there. I'll tell you what, if you asked me what it was, I would say some kind of fruit. I really couldn't pinpoint grape. It's kind of tough, man. And I wish I could kind of show you on camera, there's no way. But even the white head has the slightest little kind of reddish bluish tinge to it. So there's definitely something extra and different in this beer. And not filtered. I get light through it, but I don't really see through it. It is a nice dark rich color. So yeah, this does not smell like your typical Dogfish 60. So with all that said, I guess I should try this thing. Cheers, guys. Let's drink some grape IPA. On the back end is where you taste the grape. It is subtle, but it's there. In case anybody's thinking that maybe by adding this grape must, you're overpowering your standard beer taste, your standard IPA taste with this really strong grape flavor. No, it's a subtle addition. It's very subtle. It's there, there's no escaping it, but it's not overpowering in any way, shape, or form. And I guess that should be the first thing I say, just to kind of, help people understand what level this flavoring is kind of at. It's unmistakable from the beginning, because as you take your first sip, you put your mouth to the glass, you put your nose in the glass, you're already inhaling that. So as you take your first sip, the taste is immediate. It's hops, but it's not super strong pine like your standard, IPA standard Dogfish 60 or 90. It's a hoppy bitterness with that kind of fruity, musty, fruity character to it. And I wish I could describe it a little better. It's kind of like a fruity, papery kind of thing. So it's already there up front. As you swallow it, you get the bitterness. The body is, I'd say, a medium body. And you don't notice it so much across the middle, but as you swallow it, as it's going back and those rear taste buds really start to kick in and you kind of get the exhale going, you do note a mild grape flavor along with your hoppy bitterness. The hops are more subdued than a standard IPA, and it's kind of balanced out by this fruity character. And this is not like a strong grape, like a grape soda, or like a straight up Welch's grape juice. It's more of a milder, richer grape, something that the kind of grapes that you make wine from, the kind of grape flavor you get in some wines. Almost like the grape flavor from a semi-dry wine. Although not as rich and robust a grape flavor as from a good red wine. And I'm no wine expert, but just to kind of throw that out there. This is different, but once again, the grape flavor is subtle. It's not overpowering. So if you didn't really want to drink this and you wanted to drink the regular Dogfish 60 or any other standard IPA, but all you had was this, I don't think it would bother you much. And it is interesting to kind of try a slightly different take on the IPA. I don't really think a 4-pack for $10 is worth it, considering this slightly interesting, different take on the IPA. But for those who like to experiment, for those who like to try something different, you know what? It's worth it. So with all that said, for an experimental beer, because that's what I'll call this, it's kind of a hybrid experimental thing. It's not a standard style. It's something different. And for something different, glass full. They did a good job. The grape is not overpowering. The beer is still enjoyable, and at 6.5, sessionable. Although at 6.5 for a session beer, that should be a 6-pack. Are you listening, Sam? 4 packs for $10? Stop taking my money. You have enough. I have a beef with craft beer prices. I could give you a laundry list of quality IPAs that are at $10 or less for a 6-pack, but I digress. For what it is, it's a glass full. and I think they did a good job. And Dogfish Head likes to experiment and kind of go over the top with certain things. Not all of their beers are really drinkable or sessionable. This is definitely one of them. It's a grape IPA that goes easy on the grape. I'll leave it at that. So I had to do it, I had to try it, now I did, and I'm not really disappointed. I will enjoy drinking the rest of these. So now I've had Dogfish Head 60, 90, 120, and 61, along with a lot of other of their beers. Anyways, I've talked enough. If you see this and you like grape and you like IPAs, check it out. I'm out of here. Remember, it's Hoggie's Beer on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and hoggiesbeer.com, coming at some point in time when I get my lazy ass up and actually do it. A lot of links, a lot of stuff to do. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here. I love you. Stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.